Hey, I'm here with Tommie McKenzie, co-pastors in Axton, Virginia, which is out in the sticks. Like I say, my running joke about, because I grew up in the sticks, is that some places you have to import the sticks. It's so far out in the sticks. So that's kind of Axton, and they've been there almost 2 years. And one of the things we wanted to ask you guys about is, I know you guys are approaching this as co-pastor. You're just not the pastor, it's co-pastor of CT. So that probably, if I remember correctly, the pastors that you follow there, that wasn't necessarily the case. So first of all, how's the congregation adjusting to that concept? How are you communicating that concept, and how are y'all working through that concept together?
Okay. So it's always been a part of our DNA, I guess, to do things together. You know, from a biblical standpoint, us being one. From a marriage standpoint, it was sort of just walk that right into ministry. And so we just do all that sort of thing together. Even though she has a role in it, I have my role, and we have different roles, but we still function together. From a stage standpoint, our language, all that kind of stuff, I still refer to her sometimes as like Pastor McKenzie.
Sure.
Because that culture was not there.
Right.
So we had to be very careful on how we approach that. And just in that area where we had to go, where we were from, it was more natural. Where we're at, with a lot of that background there, that was not something that was very well known at all. So,
Sure.
So there was a little at the beginning, or some pushback, and I'll let her speak into maybe some of that. But so, just overall, we had to be very intentional in that, but still very loving. And so if I'm not there, she's one of the ones that may speak. We have 2 or 3 of us that will fill in. She's one of the ones that do that. And so I think that just that overall approach to ministry of what we do together helped them understand that concept. And now I think they really embrace it. Yeah, I love it.
So from your perspective?
Yeah, I would say, a lot of times people wonder about, like, well, is he still the head of your house? And it isn't so much that, but we share this burden. Like, God has called us to a place, and if there's something that he's not able to do, well, if I'm able to do it, I do it. That's how we share that burden. And I just think that we had to really reestablish trust in a marriage for the context that we're in. And so when people see us working together, always, like, whether we're mad at each other, no one's ever going to know that, because we are a team.
Yeah.
And the church wins when we win. And so we just really had to reestablish that culture that, a marriage can work in ministry. And so we tried to do everything together, so that for the health of the church, but for the health of our family as
Sure.
well.
Yeah, I think in my situation with my wife Julie, she didn't like to public speak much. Now she can do it, but she doesn't like to. But that I just had to push that down. Like, that doesn't diminish her as co-pastor. I carry the speaking responsibility. But she's reading this thing with me, and I just think it's a healthier approach.
Sure.
It may not fit for everybody, sure, but I think from like you say, from a marriage standpoint, for the other marriages in the church and relationship, it's just a healthier approach. So thank you guys. Praying for y'all, and just believe in the best. I think you guys are really leading that whole concept really well.